Guys, today we are on Drive Club again. Now, the reason for that is because I wanted to do some Drive Club with the wheel. Now, I've played with it for about, well, yesterday really. That's the main time I played this game with this wheel. So we're going to see how it goes with me trying a brand new car. So I've been trying low-end cars for the majority of this, me playing around with this because of obvious reasons. I'm new with the wheel, and I'm trying to get the hang of it and all that sort of stuff. So what I thought I'd do today is go somewhere we don't normally go, which is Chile. And we're probably going to go for, yeah, we'll go for the first track. Now, these are the settings I've got the, you know, the AI on. I've got it on amateur. Normally I have it on semi-pro with a controller, but I found it more difficult with a wheel for obvious reasons, keep spinning out and that sort of thing. And I just did my last race in that to unlock the McLaren 12C. So, this is the first time I'm driving this car on Drive Club, so I have no idea how it's going to handle. I'm hoping it's going to handle pretty well, but we're one level off the Ferrari now, which I can't wait to drive. The bloody freaking, I love that Ferrari so much. My favourite Ferrari easily, but oh, we've actually got the fitting colour here. I was going to say that that's not the right colour for this car. It's red. Why would we have it in red? But we're going to have it orange because that's the colour it's supposed to be. Give us a drive in that McLaren 12C. So, first time driving this car. First time you see me play Drive Club with a wheel. New additions to gloves. I got the gloves before people ask. Main reason is to stop the rubber wearing or something like that. I read it up online, okay? I literally searched on Google tips for new wheel users, and I learned about wearing gloves and that sort of thing. But yeah, there we are. So we're in Chile. As I said, this isn't a place I'd normally drive. Don't expect any elite driving for obvious reasons, because number one, I'm not an elite driver. Number two, I'm not an elite driver. But let's kind of carry on here. Oh, look at that SLS. You're just teasing me there. Ooh, she's snappy with the gears, I tell you that. Now, I remember playing some of this a while back with a controller, and you'll remember... God, I'm smashing everything already. You'll remember that with with the SLS and stuff, that when we were using that, and I can't remember what else we drove, the track was pretty much dominated by the McLaren 12Cs in the race. So it'll be quite interesting to see how this thing performs for us as a first-time wheel user with amateur AI on. Oh, I'm going to lose it. We've lost it. Oh. See what I mean? That's going to happen a lot for obvious reasons. I'm a new wheel user and that sort of thing. So we actually managed to get third place in the Porsche I did in the last race, because the Porsches are actually quite easy to drive, whereas everything else just seems to be a bit aggressive. Though, to be honest, I was trying some of the hypercars on some of the racetracks earlier, such as the Canadian racetrack. I can't remember the name of it, the actual track, but they're actually quite controllable on racetracks. But when you get to roads like this, which require a lot more fine-tuned driving, I guess you could say, it becomes a bit more difficult. I think with a run on my own, without the AI being there, it would probably go much smoother. But I always have the panic of like, right, I need to make sure I don't finish in last place, so let's make sure that we get it right, kind of thing. Because I don't want to finish in last place, otherwise it's kind of, it's a pointless race feeling. I don't want to feel as if I've wasted my time setting up that event and doing that event and everything like that. So I want to try and push for as best I can. I can't see past this guy. I don't want a corner to randomly pop up in my face. I thought there was a red corner coming, so I changed down. Yeah, there is, right here. I thought it was that last corner, though. Oh, thanks for that, mate. God, you know, when I actually get to the higher-end cars and stuff on tracks like this, it's going to be absolutely freaking kicking me in the face when I get these things wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of races with the 12C to see how we do. First things, we're going to do this race, obviously, and then we're going to do a race on our own, just to see how we can do on a track. Just so it's not complete, total, terrible driving and getting smashed around by AI and the panic of AI dominating me on the track. Back into place there. So we've got 5th place. It shows that the handling model, again, with Drive Club, it's entry level, but it's not. It has the ability to kind of do better, because when I hit these walls, like I've been hitting every wall so far in this, they kind of don't slow you down drastically, so you can recover from it very, very easily. So if you could kind of save minor seconds if you didn't hit those walls, if that makes sense. So it kind of means there's a smaller gap between the really good drivers and the drivers like myself. So, you know, there's a lot you can do to kind of fix around with that. So we're going to go for another one. But keep in mind, this is like my first wheel and everything, so that, you know, if you're expecting some like professional driving here, don't expect it. These next few videos over the next few weeks on racing games with wheels are mainly just going to be me learning how to drive. So another place we don't normally go. We usually go to all of these, but I don't think we go to India very often. So we'll go to India and we will see track-wise what they've got. Actually, changed my mind. We'll go back to Canada, because I know this track is easily one of my favorites. So we'll go with the 12C again, just so we can drive as it is. I hope I selected the right color there. Okay, so here we are on the circuit. Now, one thing I wanted to ask you here, guys, is mainly just kind of get your input on something. I'm very, very new to a wheel, and I just wanted to, you know, ask you guys if you've got any tips for a, you know, a new wheel user, because there's a few things that kind of don't make sense to me. I turned an option off in DRIVECLUB, which is supposed to assist your driving when you're new with the wheel, like a novice or whatever it said. I turned that off because I actually played with it on for quite a long time, thinking, oh, you know, that should be on because I'm a noob, that sort of thing. And that option, it was automatically on by default, so I didn't turn it on as anything to try it without and that sort of thing. But I left it on, I left it as it is, as soon as I put the wheel in, and I was having a bit of damn trouble getting this wheel to work right properly with the game. My understanding of how the wheel works in this game. And then I actually turned that option off, and it made it a million times more understandable. But I still have a couple of grey spots, and that's what I'll ask you here. So can you guys give me any tips you've got in the comments down below of how to use a wheel in any game and this game in general? Because there's a few things I don't quite understand of how a wheel works. Because I've been using a controller for so long, there's a few areas that just make me think, you know, I don't know. Kind of confusing me, because I was pretty much driving a Zonda R through here last night, as best as I could, like literally flooring it through a lot of the parts. At the beginning I couldn't do that, but I kind of, as I went round and round and round, I learned more about it. But when the wheel begins to spin, because I'm spinning out, do I keep hold of the wheel and try and force it back? Or do I let go of the wheel, try and grab it, then force it back? Like, it's kind of confusing me. I've got to a point where I spin out a tiny bit, like there, for example, and I hold the wheel, and I kind of stay in a bit more control than I normally would if I let go. But at the same time, I've still got the accelerator and brake to worry about, and everything at once kind of confuses me a little bit. Like, whereas with a controller, it's very, very easy to just move your finger across somewhere and kind of sort that issue out. So, if you can really assist me on anything to do with the wheel, that would be absolutely fantastic, guys. But I think I'm getting used to it. As you can probably tell from this gameplay here, I'm not doing as bad as I did against AI, because I've not got the pressure of AI. This is more about me just going around the track. Like, I'm not in any way gonna be some like corner cutting madman, because I never was with a controller anyway. Like, I'm not gonna be getting all the apexes and, you know, making sure I limit how much power I use here and knowing how much power to use there and all that kind of stuff, because I'm just not that type of person. I've never been that type of person. I've always been the person to just get on with it and do as best I can in the situation. Powering on a bit much there when I didn't really need to, but that's pretty much it. I think I'm going to wrap it up here because I don't want this video to go on way too long. But if you want to see more DRIVECLUB with the wheel with different cars, be sure to let me know down in the comments. What I want to do is go into a bit of rear view for you, just to end this video so you can hear the noise. Now, I'm not used to it like this at all, so keep that in mind. See what I mean there with the wheel? I just don't know. But if you can help me with that, that would be great. Now, one thing I've actually noticed before I go, this view actually improves my driving quite a bit because I don't see the wheel. It doesn't put me off as much, I guess. It feels a lot more... I don't know, do you see what I mean? I just feel as if I'm in more control with this view. So I might start using this, but I do like to see the cockpit, I'm not going to lie. That's just one thing I really like about this, because the first-person view of it. Whereas with this, I have a little bit more control of the scene, but I think I can adapt to this to the other mode. It's just the wheel that puts me off a little bit, I think. But anyway. Oh my god, this corner! This corner does not like me. If you could help me, let me know down in the comments. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. If you want to see more Drive Club, be sure to like this video to show your support. And subscribe if you want more. Peace.